I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Kunal Chopra. He is CEO at Beckett Collectibles. Kunal, it is wonderful to see you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Judy.
Now, quick note to our viewers, this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Kunal, Beckett Collectibles has been around for more than 30 years. How has your business industry evolved?
Yeah, Beckett has been one of those companies that has really been the original collectibles company. We originally started off as a company that provided pricing for the cards market, and over time evolved into grading and authentication services. We initially started with cards, now we moved on to comics and other categories as well. Overall, the industry has just taken off over the last few years, I would say. There's been a large infiltration of technology that has adopted in this industry. There's been a large infiltration of manufacturers that are producing more cards out there as well. There's a demand for not just cards, but multiple categories as alternative assets as a whole. There are hobbyists that are in the industry. There are investors coming into the industry. So we're really seeing a surge in demand and looking at cards, not just as its category, but a asset as part of an overall alternative asset portfolio.
So now you recently partnered with Palantir Technologies. What do data analytics and baseball cards have to do with each other?
A lot. For one, as I mentioned, when you think about cards as a whole, if you just separate them out from cards and look at them as an alternative asset, any asset needs to be priced. And so pricing at the end of the day is a very big key use case for any alternative asset, in this case, cards specifically. Then when it comes to pricing, there exists, predictions. There is, where's the market moving, recommendation engines, there's analytics and other areas that can be built on top of these assets. And so, then when you look at grading and authentication, for example, for cards, there's data and analytics that's used as part of that process as well. So from every step of the entire value chain, right from the aspect of pricing a card all the way to grading, authenticating it, and selling it eventually to another participant in the market, pricing, analytics, data is used across the board. And that's where our partnership with Palantir really comes into play.
So now tell me, how do you set yourself apart in the collectible space with everyone now online compared to when Beckett started?
Yeah, Beckett, like I mentioned, has always been this original collectibles company. We started off as really the pricing company in this industry. And we have set a completely new mission for the company going forward to build the most amazing products and services on the planet for collectors. And we are positioning ourselves as a platform for collectors to manage their entire portfolio of alternative investments. So we are presenting to the world the most ultimate collector experience, right from discovery to pricing, to trade, to grading, to authentication, to vaulting, all the services that collectors need to manage their portfolio of alternative assets, whether it's cards, comics, VHS tapes, any other alternative asset, we are providing them with that entire platform. And it's all being powered through a data and analytics background, a backend through Palantir.
Well, Kunal, wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on NYSE Floor Talk.